I'm going to show you what it's like to have really iffy hit registration on NA servers with very low ping. I don't know if this is related to the server itself or something about the netcode, but I've been having this issue since the SA-NA merge. This right here is going to be completely normal. He carries with no armor, so he drops instantly. Scatter is already one shot, so should be an instant kill. Where I have an issue, an example here, right here. This guy falls right onto where my reticle is already placed. I start shooting, and it takes about 20 bullets to kill him with a barrel. I have a full body target here. I'm already lined up with him. Just watch how the bullets go through him. See that? Now it's easy to say, oh, you might have missed horizontal recoil, blah blah blah, but like the hitboxes are not this small in the game. And typically when you see blood, you're like, oh, I'm hitting him. Well, when you don't see the blood, you're going to say, oh, maybe you're shooting between his armpit, his shoulder, the gap between his neck and his head. But like with an AR spray, if you're keeping your spray centered, it's going to hit within those 10 to 15 shots or less if you're directly on the center mass and head area of your target. But yeah, if you watch it back again, reticles on him. The first bullet goes right through him. Look at the wall. I mean, it's basically lined up with where he's at. So these bullets right here, like all of these should be hitting. The majority of these should be hitting. Replay slightly off. It's at 100% accurate, but I can tell you from when I was shooting my gun here that I was centered on the target. It's obviously a very easy shot. So this right here is another good example. These guys walk up. I lean, crouch, start shooting this guy. His teammate, it almost looks like desync. It's weird. His teammate walks into basically what looks like a headshot, but only one of my bullets reg. So when the servers are acting up, what I notice is if I'm pre-firing something, if somebody walks into my spray, the bullets don't register half the time, if not more. It's better to actually peek first. Yeah, just pre-firing this guy. This looks completely normal. I un-ADS'd on accident for a sec, but I had a thumb grip on, so I re-ADS'd pretty quick. But he dropped relatively normal. Those bullets like that look like they all registered. Let's see if I have another example here, because I had a couple of cases where it was really bad. Another example right here. On this shot right here, I line it up on his head. I click. Nothing. Here, watch it again. Full speed. The second shot right here. Right there. Nothing. Once again. Line it up on his head. Flicked over to the left. Bullet goes directly through him. That one hits. And then that one hits. See, that last shot wasn't even that perfect. It wasn't as accurate as my prior shots, but it still hit. So it kind of just puts things into perspective. Are the hitboxes misaligned? Is the server just misinterpreting where people are based on the representation it's given you? Like, what's actually happening here? I don't know. Here's another example. This is with the P90. These initial shots might be a little bit low. I still can't say I trust the replay 100%, but I'm thinking I should have hit at least one bullet here. So P90 has the same bullet velocity as an AUG, and then this is where it gets really bad. These initial shots, I've already shot 15 bullets to this guy. I'm pretty much center mass. There's a little bit of horizontal bounce, but I'm using the 2x P90. I'm crouched, and see those bullets hit, but then they just stop connecting for whatever reason. Stop connecting. Look, all these should be hitting right here. My last bullet gets them. My absolute last bullet. I'm not going to say this is a perfect spray, but I use the P90 a lot, and it's a very, very good gun. It's basically the best gun in the game. It's an SMG with a lot of damage, 50 rounds, good rate of fire, and very high bullet velocity. More than likely, it does have the highest bullet velocity in the game for an SMG. And then right here, I push up on this guy. Seem to be no issues here. Like all the bullets reg, he drops instantly. I'll show you right here. Gotta bait him out to peek. And he drops. Dies within the first few shots. So that was all normal. This is super close range. Obviously this guy's gonna get knocked easily. If any of those shots missed, it would just be ridiculous. At that range, hip firing with an SMG. This guy drops like he should. This guy whiff a little bit, but if you could tell here, like those shots are definitely on him. I know it's not a perfect spray. I know it was a little bit sloppy with the lean and strafe and blah blah blah. It wasn't like dead on target in the beginning, but what I'm trying to make is my reticle is crossing through this guy. It's crossing through him. He's walking into the spray. Not a single one of those bullets hit, which is ridiculous. Then I shoot my MG3. And yes, he finally dies, but what happened to those other bullets? That doesn't seem logical to me. That those bullets would miss. And when the game runs like this, I feel like I have to be so accurate. I mean, pixel by pixel, just very precise tracking. I have to be finicky with it. I can't be confident with my shot. It just kind of kills your confidence when the game runs like this. And it seems to affect people on a case-by-case basis. For example, sometimes people with higher pings, different routing, they will get better hit registration than guys that have super low ping that are close to the server, like me. I'm only an hour away from Dallas, and I get roughly 6 to 10, 15 ping, depending on the server stability. So, I noticed that guys that are in Texas, like me, get low ping, will have these hit registration issues at the same time. Got a buddy of mine, named Kex. He's a really good shooter, one of the best shooters I know in PUBG. 1v1 demon, and he has the exact same issue as me. Show another example here. Barely make it in the circle here. Somebody had popped the tire on that pony. Two-door coupe. Or I'm sorry, it's a four-seater, but anyway, you get the gist. Barely got in the circle. See two guys here on the edge. I heard them shooting at me earlier. And as I was mentioning before, I'm just extra patient because I'm already seeing that my bullets are not registering. So I'm like, okay, I have to make sure they sit dead still and line up my shot on them perfectly. Otherwise, I'm not going to get a hit. And see, this is another thing. I don't know if this is a replay bug or something going on with the game where it's actually interpolating this as what you're seeing right now. But basically what you just saw was the recoil of my bolt shot rising up, making the barrel of the gun in my scope rise up before I took the actual shot. Because when I was here, obviously, when I was here, I lined up the shot, I didn't flick upwards. I've been playing this game for a very long time. I mean, I've got experience. This is not normal. This is not me flicking my mouse up. It's not me flinching. But the replay is showing that I had a recoil before the actual bullet went off. I don't know if that's what's actually happening, because replay is not 100% accurate, but right here, I had a weird issue where I clicked on this guy's head on my POV when I was playing this match, and the bullet just went right through him. Right here. See, I really don't know why the bullet, or the reticle is rising before I shoot the gun. But you'll see a couple more examples here because these guys are clueless, as you can tell. And like I said, I'm not flicking left or right. I'm not sure whether the replay is showing that I did that, where it kind of bounced off to the right there, but you'll see some examples where I actually click on his head 100% on the replay. That one I didn't expect to hit because he was strafing. But just watch, you'll see. Right here. Now that is a very blatant example of like the game just being absolutely fucked. I mean, this guy's taking a painkiller in front of me. I click on his head and it just goes right through him. And if we go to his POV, let's see. Go back just a little bit. Might be able to see the tracer of the bullet. It's really hard to make this work in replays, but let's see if we can make it show where the bullet's flying. There's a tracer. I heard a hit. Where did it go? I don't really know. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Line it up. And it's really hard to tell. I was able to do this in replay before when, you know, somebody's behind a wall and see that the bullet actually went through them, landed directly in line with their body behind them on the wall. But in this scenario, I can't really do that. See that one? That was a neck shot according to the game. I guess because he was boosting, at least it registered as something. Yeah, these guys didn't really peek after this. I decided to move for circle because I had limited time. First up on these guys, saw the guy peeking up top of the rock. Kind of snuck up behind him. And that's exactly what it looks like when I hit my shots and they do register properly. Because prior to that, as you could tell, I was also on target, but none of the bullets were registering. It's taking very long for people to die. Just an excess amount of bullets. Here's another example. I mean, I am not going to say that I guaranteed should have had this knock here. But watch, I hit a bolt chest shot, and I basically start spraying where I see them sprinting with the MG3 on rapid fire. I am crouched. And you'll see my bullets start to hit. So they'll start to hit and then boom, they just stop hitting. Watch. Look at that. That is on target. There's a bit of horizontal deviation, but I mean, my reticle is 100% crossing through this person. And I'm shooting a lot of bullets, but maybe 2 bullets registered from the MG3 there. Maybe 2. And I'm sending a large cluster of shots into one area where they're actually physically standing. This person didn't prone out. They were crouched when they went to heal. But look. And I don't know if this is a replay bug or what, but sometimes it shows the bullets going into the ground as if they're coming out of my feet, which is super weird. You just see the bullets, the tracers of the bullets go into the ground versus where I'm actually aiming. It's also very strange, but it is what it is. Replay's not perfect. That's about half the data of what the actual game does. But look, right here, you know, not perfect. Like, this is just me guessing where he is based on like where the bullets were coming from audio-wise. Alright, so you're gonna turn off the X-ray. Here, I'm shooting a rough area. Maybe I missed those, right? That wasn't dead on target. Could have had like a lucky hit or two, but it's all luck based. I'm not saying I was on target. I'm not gonna blame the game. I had no smokes here, so I was absolutely pinned by this team. This guy I couldn't really see, but this person right here, watch this. Once again, I put the MG3 in the slow rate of fire mode, and I will headshot this player here. So that first bullet hit a headshot. You can see my reticle still on target. I'm relatively unaffected by the aim punch from the MK12. And I hit another shot here, right? Okay. Well, that's, what, 2 bullets? 2 bullets out of, a good 30. See how many I had exactly. So I had 31 shots. One of my very first shots. Hit him in the head. Still on target. Second bullet hit. So that's 31 minus 7. So it's going to give me 26 shots. 26 shots were thrown at this guy with the MG3 with the red dot on the slow rate of fire mode. See the reticles lined up, got X-ray on. Maybe I'm hitting a little bit of a rock, a pebble, part of the ridge. But I mean, this guy was standing straight up. My first bullet hit him in the head. The rest of my shots were still on target, yet they didn't connect, even though they were all clustered in the exact same area with good accuracy. So that's what I'm dealing with. Can anybody explain? Because, at this point, it's just been me guessing, is it tick rate, server instability, some kind of like lag compensation from PUBG, but it's not like a trade scenario where somebody's killing me through my shots, which, don't get me wrong, they will when this is happening, but I'm talking about I'm shooting somebody in the back, the bullets are genuinely going directly through them, so they get to turn around and kill me when I should have had the kill much sooner, to the point where they can't even like react because I'm on target. They're full open, Scenarios like that where it's a guaranteed kill. You're not going to lose that fight, especially as a, skilled player, somebody that's been playing the game for a long time that has good aim. It definitely doesn't make sense to me. So let me know what you think. I can't really seem to figure it out, but I'm hoping that this gets resolved. It's always on and off, like either I hop in a TDM and I drop people in 2 bullets, or I have to shoot people with 20 bullets. And I've had a mix of either I'm hitting them and seeing the blood, I'll see like 20 blood splats, but it takes those exact 20 shots to kill them in a TDM. So I'm getting false blood splats, false hit registration, or I'll be getting no blood splats until like maybe halfway through my mag when I'm on target from the get-go. So it'll just be ghost bullets. You cannot see the shots registering. They're not registering. So you're getting like a lot of bullets just mid-spray, disappearing, not registering, ghosting, whatever you want to call it. So, and this happens with very low ping players as well on NA. I'll be fighting people that I know are close to the server on low ping or NA. They're not laggy, nothing like that. So, does anybody have a clue? Because in terms of optimization, I've got internet that's very fast. I've got AT&T fiber. I've done buffer bloat tests to make sure there's no latency issues with my Ethernet. I'm running a debloated Windows 11 OS with very minimal programs running. I've got high frames. Everything's fine on scaling. I'm not using stretch res. Everything's native res. No weird aftermarket software. Only overlay I'm using is the Steam overlay for FPS. Just, there's no limiting factor here. So I'm trying to understand what's causing this issue, and is it something that we can resolve, or is it just going to be something that PUBG is not going to address because they're not being transparent about it. I'm not the only one experiencing it. I've seen it happen to Tiggleton when I watched the PUBG report of my teammate fighting him, and I'm not going to lie. I believe that my teammate got the kill on Tig because Tiggleton's bullets genuinely ghosted right through him. Keep in mind, Tiggleton lives in Austin. So does H1. They're in Texas, just like me. And they probably have the same issues that I do, but they're not being addressed because perhaps they don't want to show the game in too much of a negative light, or perhaps they don't want to complain on stream. But it's a real issue, and I think it needs to be discussed more. So, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Thanks for watching.